Welcome everyone to the GrowMoon AMA on Steezy's Gems. Really excited to be here. This is basically a brand new project. I think it's been around for close to a week. It's been doing really well. We have Kenzi and Logan Paul from the team. Kenzi is the main dev, and Logan is working on marketing. But I will let you guys introduce yourselves first. So, Kenzi, why don't you introduce yourself to the community?
Well, what's up, everybody? My name's Kenzi. I live in the US. I do music and I have a bunch of children. So, a little bit about me. I was on American Idol, I sing, and then, of course, developer. So,
Awesome. And Logan?
Yeah, so I've been in crypto space for a little while, guys. Been, since Shiba Inu mooned. That's when I got in and made a bunch of money, and I went deep into it. I'm a developer now, and I'm trying to change the BSC space to be the better than Ethereum. I want it to be the best space to be in. I want to moon a coin, a token with business utility. And that's been my main goal, is to just make a ton of money for everybody around me.
Awesome. Thanks for that. And Kenzi, just back to you real quick. So I know I saw you jump on the scene maybe 4 or 5 months ago. You launched a really successful coin that just kind of came out of nowhere. And it's been awesome to see you grinding and making a name for yourself as a dev. So, what's been your experience running projects, and what particularly inspired you to launch GrowMoon?
so, funny story, but I got into crypto like back, I think it was around 2016, 2017, early Bitcoin. Okay. I was working 2 jobs, one at a factory, got out of an abusive relationship, was, single mom, grinding it out, got my own place, had 2 or 3 jobs. Anyways, one of my friends that I worked with was like, hey, you need to download this app and buy Bitcoin. I think I had like $20 to my name, and I was like, fuck yeah. So basically, I think I threw in like $1. I'm pissed off because like now if I would have kept that in there, like I'd have a lot of money, but I dumped, I think, the next day. So I was just a typical paper hand, and I paper handed Bitcoin for a cheeseburger straight up. I think I bought a cheeseburger with it. Anyways, so that kind of is when I first got into crypto. I didn't have any idea what BSC was until I believe it was a year and a half ago. I got into SafeMoon. I was actually one of the early people into SafeMoon. And then I got scammed a whole lot, probably lost about $5,000 getting scammed by honeypots because I would be working my job from home and watching, Telegram and getting into projects. And I was like, look at my balance, everybody. Like, I'm rich. And then I'd go to sell and I got honeypotted. So that kind of got me obviously into trying to learn how to, get better into the space, learn more about it. And my fiance actually learned how to dev, and then he taught me. So that's kind of how I learned to dev. Moon Kitty was my first project. That was total, like, I had no idea it was going to kind of blow up when it did. Wasn't prepared at all for that. Didn't even still really know what I was doing. It was my first project. So that's kind of how I just dove in head first and learned a lot about deving then. And then here I am now. So it's kind of GrowMoon came about. Basically, I took off from crypto for about 3 months, 3 or 4 months. I've taken off crypto. Haven't even bought anything, nothing. Like, spent time with my kids. Have a 6-month-old. So like was trying to, full-time mom. And I was just like, man, I miss the space. And I just stopped for a while and got my thoughts together and my ideas on what I kind of wanted to do, and didn't want to be known as a degen dev. I really wanted to do something that could change the space, bring old school BSC back. And so I just took a break and came back and made sure to work with Lowgun because I wanted to make sure whoever I worked with was trustworthy, and, obviously had a good name. So Yeah.
Awesome. And actually, that leads to my next question, Logan. I met you when you launched Spooky Shiba. That was probably one of the first moonshots I called and supported, which is still a stable and long-term project. So what brought you to decide to support Kenzi on this project?
Because I think Kenzi's got a good heart. I've seen her with projects in the past, and I just think she didn't have the direction that I'm able to decipher now that I have the experience. Obviously, with Spooky Shiba, we had an all-time high on a bad contract, 15 million market cap. Now we have a new contract that burns like tokens on a regular basis from all transactions, and now we have like so much team access. I can pretty much make GrowMoon a success just from the advisor standpoint, and it's going to be pretty quick and simple as compared to building a whole game like we're doing with Spooky Shiba. We're building a whole infrastructure, game, NFT, marketplace. But here with GrowMoon, the concept is so like simple and it's so expansive. It could really be expansive very quickly. So I see the overall long-term picture with it. I can see people everywhere talking about a GrowMoon DApp, like everybody having those GM tokens, in their wallets. So I'm gonna go over a little bit about the business utility too, but when we get to that, I'm sure we'll work our way into the utility and stuff. But,
Yeah. No, I'm happy to dive into that in a bit. And I actually myself need to learn a bit more. So that's why I'm part of the reason I'm excited to host this. But just real quick, like on just the basics of the project. So GrowMoon it's a great name. I know seems to be meta right now. What made you decide that, and what have you done so far to build a community within GrowMoon? Kenzi, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, for sure. So honestly, I think that like community is my like expertise. Like I just love like building a community. I'm just like a big people person, but so what I've done since the beginning was and I've actually been building my community since Moon Kitty, but what I did was every single night, whenever we set a voice chat and we do giveaways. I just kind of started out, obviously didn't have much to work with on launch because it's launch, but we did little trivia. People would just answer questions in the chat and I just throw them some money. It just really gets everybody involved and working together. We do show raids, just work together, and basically we're kind of like a family in there. So that's just kind of how it goes, and we're all really cool. So it's kind of how I built it, honestly, was trivia and voice chats.
Awesome. Well, one of the things, I called you guys early, and then Logan kept DMing me about this. It's like you got to update, you got to look at this, and I started to see the chart just take off yesterday, and I bought in. But when I was looking at the community, I saw a lot of messages around overtake Safe Moon whales coming. So what is the connection there? I've heard there's some goal to overtake Safe Moon. That sounds super ambitious, but I mean, I love the ambition and enthusiasm. So is there a connection to Safe Moon? Explain that a bit.
So, yeah, I mean, sorry, I skipped your first question. But yeah, when I came up with the name, obviously it's kind of, off of Safe Moon because when I first got into BSC, like Safe Moon was the first token I ever bought on BSC. So obviously it's special to me. And then it's the community. I mean, the community is insane. So I just want to bring back that feel. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the vibe that we're getting, honestly, from GrowMoon, in my opinion. So yeah.
I like that. I like that. You know, I didn't even know that about you. I didn't know that was the first token you bought on BSC. The first token I bought that made me rich was Shiba Inu. So if you know that's funny because I came up with Spooky Shiba, and then you're over here with GrowMoon. So you know,
Yeah,
that's
I got into Shiba late. I got into Shiba a little late, but I did make a little money off of it, but not much.
oh yeah, yeah. No, I mean, if we all had hindsight, it's 2020. Of course, you know, you never know what's gonna happen. Like, I mean, shoot, it's just yesterday I'm over here. I'm in Tate. I got 10 grand in Tate, and it goes up to 25 million and market cap, and I'm like, oh shit, should I sell? I don't know. It could go to 100, you know, and now it's back at 3. So I'm like, damn, you know, it's like you just never know with these things. Personally, it's like if you believe in the development team, you believe in what their marketing strategy is, you think that they can keep building, hold. You know, it's like Steezy says, in a long-term project, the more you sell, the more you like, the less you have, and then it's obviously the less you sell, the more you have. You know, I guess that's the way. That's was his statement. That was his quote. Whatever. I don't know if I remember that exactly. I'm probably butchering it, but yeah, no, definitely. This is awesome. I really love the name, and that's kind of like, you know, a bridge to like what she was saying on SafeMoon being the connection. I saw that, and I was like, man, I think all of SafeMoon's users at this point are tired of just playing it safe, you know, and it's not even that safe. You know what I mean? Like safety is just this illusion. So let's just say forget safe. Let's just grow. Let's just work on building and growing, and that's where GrowMoon. I could see that. I jumped headfirst into that marketing angle. And the logo, have you guys seen the logo? It's epic. It looks a little bit like SafeMoon, but it's not SafeMoon. So I just like the whole the relatability, but the improvement at the same time.
Awesome. The funny thing is actually when I started, my buddy got me into this. He gave me some BNB and taught me the ropes. And he was like, we were sitting and talking, and he was watching the SafeMoon chart just go up and up. And just like, now I'm up 10,000. I'm up another 10,000. I was like, Jesus, I need to like really get into this. So anyways, I think we can talk a bit more about the utility. You know, you've mentioned briefly to me that there's some microtransaction. I really know nothing about the utility. I'm not sure if you guys have put out too much in terms of the website or the white paper yet, but I know that there's some really interesting plans for a utility for this project, which makes me excited for the long term. So can you talk a little bit about what the utility is, what's the potential timeline, and all of that? Logan?
Yeah, sure. So utility. We talk about microtransaction. Now, first, we got to define what that means. Every day, we're buying something. We're buying food. We're buying gas. There's a cost. Now, in between, it's like you have pennies that are in between the round nearest dollar. So let's say I buy a soda. It's $1.59. $1.59 for the soda. Now with our app, with our DApp, what's going to happen is we're going to round up on the nearest dollar. And so you take that's 41 cents to $2, right? 41 cents plus $1.59 is $2. So that 41 cents is charged to your card. We see that statement like, oh, came through from this statement. Okay, $1.59. Now that 41 cents is charged to your card and used to buy GrowMoon tokens and automatically stored in their wallet. We do everything for them. We're instead of them having to go buy crypto, they just spend their money. Sign up for our app, spend your money, automatic crypto comes to your wallet with microtransactions.
That's awesome. So it sounds like I've heard of these like these services where you kind of earn crypto doing real world things, and I've seen a lot of these projects actually do extremely well. So this sounds like something that would take, you know, exposure to not just people within the BSC, but to normal everyday people. So how do you plan to do that in the long term? How do you plan to get exposure and get people using this utility?
Yeah, and that's a good point. The thing is, it comes down to having the product first, having the licensing, having the lawyers, because you have to have that vision in mind that you're going to make this huge, right? You have to think big. If you really want something to be big, you can't think, like short term. You have to really think long term. So if you check out our roadmap, which I have developed a roadmap in a white paper already, these things don't need to be overly complicated like people seem to do. They seem to overly complicate things in the crypto space just because, oh, there's a contract, and oh, there's certain things that are a little bit different from everyday, life that people are used to. But in the grand scheme of things, simple is best. And so the more that we can simplify this and keep this legal and keep our asses covered, because we're going to have access to all these credit card informations, right? So we're going to have to do some penetration testing. We're going to have to do some things that just to make sure that we're prepared. I couldn't imagine it being, more than a year that it would take for all this to happen. But within the year, I'd say Q2 of 2023, for my estimate, is when we would have a fully functional DApp that can charge people's card, have our own in-house wallet. And from that, we would have some sort of staking capability too. We'd include some sort of bonuses, references. We'd at least have a beta by that time. But the marketing is the biggest part of all this. Saying someone can take their pennies and make bigger percentages off of it than ever keeping it within a bank and not even know that they're saving is like an amazing thing. We can have tons of influencers back it with money. Money will do everything for us. This is what we're doing now. We're raising money. We're getting holders. We're creating capital, and it's going to take this, in between hype marketing, to kind of get us to where we want to go. This is what DeFi is really turning into these businesses. Ultimately, is turning into these small businesses that can become conglomerates.
And I will say too, when it comes to the influencers and the marketing in the real world, I did the Good Morning America interview. I've got those connections. We have people on our team that are connected with big names in the financial news as well. So, of course, I'm sure we're going to target, those as well.
So what do you see the relationship to like early holders right now in this utility? So I understand that you'll get adoption and you'll get exposure, and people will be earning your crypto through these microtransactions. But how is that going to translate to the chart? How is that going to help like the growth within the early investors that are listening now and might be buying now? So what's the relationship there between the utility and the growth of the market cap, do you think?
Well, we have to think, long term once again. And people who aren't thinking long term, I'm not really concerned about them as it is. Just from my standpoint, obviously Kenzi's going to have her own feeling and opinion about this, and I'm gonna let her speak. But from my experience, I've had friends, I've had people who are early. They sold on me in my past project for $50,000, $60,000 all at once. No respect in dumping. These people, they aren't really like, they aren't they aren't the main priority. This is not what I'm focused on. Like, I love them. I would love for you guys to buy in, but we're creating value for you. We're over here working our asses off for you. Like, and people come into our chats and ask, hey, when pump, when this, bro, it's coming. Have I not proved myself already? Like, we are not wasting our time here, and that's why I don't jump into a lot of projects, because I do value my time. I do want to create that quality of what I'm a part of. So it's like, that's why we're able to pump this from 20K to like 300K in a day, just off the name, just off organic. People know who we are, and if you don't, do your research, do your own research. Because at this point, like, people when they start to get to the top, they have their connections already. They have things. They have everybody who could do everything. Like with Kenzi, like we were able to set up everything in a day. Like, oh, roadmap, white paper, oh, team for video. Oh, we got music. We got everything. CMC's on the way already. Like it's all cookie cut at this point. The difference is the idea behind the utility, right? The difference is the logo, right? And having a dev team that obviously knows the direction on where it has to go. And that's where I'm at. I'm creating businesses, like helping to create businesses that make money in my sleep. And for everybody else who believes in is this early. If you guys want to think about long term, think about millions of users spending $20 to $30 daily, with like 4 or 5 transactions every day is on average, 4 or 5. So you think about that. Let's say $2.50 every day from millions of users going into our liquidity pool. What could that mean? I mean, the possibilities are really endless at the end of the day.
That's awesome. So you mentioned liquidity pool. I wanted to talk a little bit about the tokenomics. So I know that it seems like a lot is kind of going towards marketing currently. What's your plan to potentially, do you have plans to help like with the liquidity pool ratio? I know you guys started at a very low market cap, which is great. You've already shown the potential to grow the chart quickly. But as we all know, when projects get into higher market caps, those bigger investors like to see a decent LP ratio. So is there any plans around the LP ratio and perhaps talk a bit about the burn that you've mentioned?
Yeah, because that's the thing. And I'm gonna once again say, I mean, Kenzi, if you want to say something, you can as well. Of course, you're the dev. I just wanted to, off my experience and off my advice to Kenzi on this, was to get rid of LP taxes and to convert them into burn taxes. Now, the reason we do this is because when you sell and there's LP taxes, what's happening, right? All we're doing is selling tokens and selling for BNB, pairing the two, cake LP tokens, and then putting them back into the liquidity pool. What happens is we're slowing down the price action. That's all we're doing. We're making it harder and harder to move that price one way or the other. Now, when we burn, what happens is it sells just BNB, auto buybacks it would buy back the tokens and then burn them. So not only are we adding liquidity with the buy, but we're then removing any possibility for those tokens to ever be sold ever again and making less and less supply, creating a big price jump. So we're adding liquidity without slowing the price down with a burn, as opposed to liquidity pool. So it's working really well with Spooky Shiba. So we're going to keep it here as well. I mean, do you have any thoughts?
No, like that's why I didn't speak on the last one. I agree with you completely. And then same with this one as well. I love how we're doing it completely.
Great. Well, I mean, I think it's an innovative way to build liquidity and continue to have, like you said, good price action. So I'm curious to see how it will work. I don't have too many more questions. We're going to turn it over to the audience Q&A soon. I mean, a general question that people will ask when they're early in our project is just like the kind of short-term marketing strategy. I know you've had mostly organic growth and you've done a really good job like with kind of bootstrapping marketing, but can you preview any plans in the short term on what your marketing strategy will be?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing hitting the ground organically, so everybody hears our name, everybody sees us, and then once we really pushed it out there, what we are about, how global this could be, and just putting the possibility in people's brains, like, wow, they're really developing something huge. And they just see the name. They're like, okay, they might put it off. Of course, that's what we all do. We all see things and we put it off. Like, no, I'm invested in this and this and this. Give it a week, and then boom, you see us listing on CMC, and then it's like, okay, now I'm gonna ape in. You know, you might have seen us a couple more times. We come like tomorrow. Now I was gonna tell people later, but we also have an AMA with Caesar. He's coming up tomorrow as well, and we're doing an AMA right in his Telegram. So we're doing a lot of organic stuff first, like on Telegram, and then it's going to be CMC pushing that hard, trending, influencers. Everything is going to come in due time. And if you guys seen our logo, I mean, it looks just like the same colors on Binance. It's like black and yellow. It's like perfect. I guarantee. Steezy follows me on Twitter, man. Like I'm just gonna retweet the hell out of this, and it's gonna be amazing when we have real DApp business model and we're really marketing it hard, and he's really paying attention.
Awesome. Kenzi, is there anything you'd like to add before I turn it over to audience questions? I like to keep these short and sweet. I feel like we've covered most of what you would in an AMA, but if there's anything I missed, let me know.
That's it. Logan killed it with, you know, basically covering everything, other than we're gonna join our voice chat after this and do giveaways and stuff. So, you know. Awesome.
Okay, we've got a few hands raised. So PCI, I'm going to unmute you and feel free to ask your question. PCI, you can talk now.
Hello guys, how's it going? Congratulations for your project. Actually, I wanted to ask some questions. I was looking at the P2P plans you got. Also, we know making that kind of platforms require like a lot of money, right? So do you plan to how do you plan to make it happen? And I also wanted to point out that it also requires like a trust from people, because they will be putting like their money into the platform. So in order to make it happen, so how will you make the project to attract people from the outside the project to, you know, to they come and they see like this new platform, and they actually wanted to, you know, invest into the project and into the P2P platform?
Okay, so establishing trust would come first with pen testing. We're going to try to get people to hack, and that's what the beta testing happens. You know, during the beta testing is when we try to break what we've built, and we purposely try to hack it or find some sort of vulnerabilities. And if we don't find any, or if we do find them, we try to fix them. And if we don't find any, we try to do it until we can. If we really exhausted everything we can, then we release it to the public. We're talking about millions of people we're trying to reach out to, millions, possibly billions. I mean, really, we have no idea how big this can catch fire. But yeah, like when we do that, we have to think like, oh wow, like I could seriously go to prison for a long time if things go wrong, you know? So we're not taking that lightly.
Yeah, because like you said, if you manage to make like a natural a really attractive platform, that will, you know, attract a lot of people, and then, you know, that can like you know, go to legal issues when, you know, if something happens. So yeah, I guess making it right first will be a good idea. Thank you so much.
Hey, I think we had Crypto Queen. I'm going to unmute you. You're unmuted, Crypto Queen. If you have a question, feel free to ask.
Oh goodness, I didn't even realize where I requested. But hey guys, Kenzi, I saw your post on Instagram, and I myself have been out of BSC for 2 months. I was like, oh shit, what did I miss? So here I am. Congrats. I haven't invested yet. I'm waiting for my points to get in, but yeah, I didn't know I requested, so let's fucking go.
Hell yeah, good to see you. It's been a while, dude.
Good to see you too, man.
Come join our VC in a little bit.
Will do.
Okay. Nice to see you, Crypto Queen. So let's see, Legendary Cole, you've got your hand raised. You're unmuted. You can ask a question now, Legendary Cole. Code. Do you have a question?
Okay. Yeah. Um. Good day, everyone. Actually, my question goes this way. Do apart from actually the utility being mentioned and the earning aspect, do you guys plan on earning through any rewards? Like when I say rewards, let's say the likes of maybe which form of utility apart from that particular one you guys have? Like maybe what I'm trying to say is, do we earn having rewards like staking or buying more tokens? And as well, these early investors actually, like me as well, who bought like huge amount of tokens basically, do we have anything to make since we are early? Because like I see the utilities, rather the marketing aspects are still coming forward, like are still going viral. But do we have anything to earn right now, early investors, or not yet? And as well, can we earn through rewards like staking?
So I'll start off first with answering that question on rewards. We're not going to give you free money. At the end of the day, like you guys are so early, like you said, you're going to multiply your investment by quite a bit. Rewards, though, will come later for people who are referring. We're going to have a referral system so that when people refer people to our app, we give them some sort of compensation, whether it be $10 or even $15, maybe even $20 for every person who signs up and connects their bank statement. Anybody who does that, I don't see why not. Why can't we pay you $20 for bringing in possibly thousands of dollars to the ecosystem over time? We're going to have a referral system for sure, and just definitely count on it being huge and us having our ducks in a row every step of the way. But this is a long-term investment, so we're talking not a month or 2 months. We're talking years. If you want rewards, there's plenty of them that they're degens. It's a selling point. Rewards are really just selling points. Oh, get USD rewards, get this. But you know what it has to do? It has to sell tokens, your tokens, and kill the chart in order to give you these rewards. So I'm totally against that. I think that people's value is, should remain how they need it and then sell when they need it or dump it all. It's up to you. But we're going to keep building and keep growing. The price action is going to be a result of how we build.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sorry, my last question. Actually, sorry. When do you guys actually plan on? Is it still early? When do you guys actually plan on advancing apart from the decentralized platform? Like advancing to a separate exchange, basically like centralized exchanges, or no plan actually for that?
Yeah. Well, we're not going to dilute our supply too much. We'll get on a few exchanges just to be tradable, like in good ones for sure. Like we're not going to be like Squid Grow, just throwing it out there, diluting supply and trying to get a pump. We're actually trying to, keep the tokens as gold. That's gold for us, and we can use those for rewards and other things. If we're busy trying to list them on exchanges, it's out of our hands. Exchanges are going to charge us an arm and a leg plus the tokens in order to get those tokens as well. So it's something, of course, we're going to list on a couple exchanges and make ourselves available globally. But that's not our main, like I said, it's not our main deal. Our main deal is making a business model that automatically is going to set it up to where you guys are paid for the rest of your life.
Awesome. Thank you for the questions. I don't see any. Let me just double check the comments, see if anyone asked a question there. We did have one question. What guarantees the safety of investors and users when working with your project? Do you guys have any, I guess, do you guys have any plans of auditing the contract or any other safety measures for investors?
Yeah, as far as audits go, we're going to get tech rate here in the next week, right when we list on CMC. We got tech rate and everything else coming. Tech rate does it in a couple of days. I love them. They're quick, easy, give you the PDF file. Here you go. I had experience with Certic. They charged me $15,000, and to this day, the old contract still is never fully audited. So I was really disappointed with them. But yeah, safety is definitely in mind. That's why we really want to get our legal. That's why it's part of the roadmap is legality, businesses, getting our licenses, getting everything set up, and making sure that we're safe and keeping our users safe as well.
I already know the answer to this question, but someone asked it, so I'll let them ask their questions. Any chances to relaunch with a non-hype name? I mean, meta names are good for 1 week, hype tokens, in my opinion.
Oh,
that's their opinion.
No, it's too much. This is such an amazing name. Like, you think I would get behind a project that has a lame name, bro? Like, you're crazy. This is an awesome name. What the fuck? GrowMoon. We grow together, moon together. Like, it's crypto, and it's like, I mean, look, Elon Musk is literally on Saturday Night Live, to the moon. Like, everybody gets the reference, man. GrowMoon. It's perfect. No one wants to be safe anymore. We're tired of, the illusion of safety, man. Like, we're just trying to grow and build and, establish our future, so we're not worried where the next paycheck's going to come from.
Joe, can I say something to that really quick?
Please do.
All right, so any of you guys who don't know the three that are on the stage right now, BYOR, these are like people who've been around for like a year plus, 2 years, I don't know. But whoever asked the question about changing the name, like, don't let Logan Paul and fool you, because he has Spooky Shiba, and so many of us fumbled that thinking it was just a Halloween token, right? Can't say I was one of those. So Logan, congratulations. I'm thrilled to see you're still around, your project's still doing great, and thrilled to see that you partnered with Kenzi and her token, and it takes the team. Don't let the meta fool you. If the team sticks around to it, anything is possible. So look forward to checking more things out, and I apologize for the kids.
No, thank you for that comment. I'm seeing there actually are a few more questions so I'll ask them. Cole Sam asked a few questions. I'll pick one of them. They asked about partnerships and collaborations are the backbone in making every project more widespread. Do you have any current partners or plans for partnerships you could let us know about?
Yeah. I mean, me and Kenzi being together right now is sort of a partnership in itself. And if in my token I developed was 15 million all-time high. So we put her brains and her charisma with my experience and my direction together. We're going to have, and we're bringing our two communities a little bit together at that point. Hey, we're going to build something way greater than 15 million market cap. And I mean, if you're just talking about short-term money, I mean, 250, where are we at now? 200,000 market cap. I mean, what's the math on that? I don't know. It's crazy. It's like 75x from here. Insane. 75 times whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not an official partner, but I am supporting. Like, people should know that I didn't take any money for this. I'm actually giving away my own money at the end here because I do really believe in this project. And I know that, it's just the beginning, and I want to support a hardworking team with potential. So you can count on my support. So I'm just looking to see if there's any last questions. I think that covers them. There's one, well, no, I think we already covered exchanges, so someone asked about that. I think we're good. You know, I want to give you guys time to at the end mention what's happening right after this. I know I'm not sure if everyone here has joined the GrowMoon community yet, but there will be some community activities straight after this. But before we get to that, I'm going to do a really simple way to do my giveaway. I'm just going to do a random number generator and kind of pick, basically go through the list on the VC, and we'll pick some winners right now. But before that, I just wanted to thank both of you for your time and coming on here, and really appreciate you letting our community know a bit more about this project. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Steezy, and I appreciate you. You've always been around, always been supporting us. You know, what we got going on after this, you mentioned, is 2 BNB for the biggest buy, guys. So whoever has the biggest buy collectively, after this, we're going to give away 2 BNB to that person. We already gave away 4 BNB today. And so we're just giving money to the community. And this is all organic in the beginning until we push that real hard marketing. So you guys are going to enjoy that. Thanks, Steezy, once again, bro.
Yeah, thank
Thanks,
you.
Logan.
Thank you so much. And yeah, we're just going to do some giveaways, some trivia maybe. I might sing a little bit. I don't know. We just have a blast in there.
That sounds fun. All right, I'll join for that. For now, I'm going to end the recording. Thanks again to the GrowMoon team.